Good morning, CCHS, and welcome to the news.
You know not everyone's watching this morning, right?
It's always morning somewhere.
Well, everybody, I'm Sahi, and this is Alex.
Yes, I am. Probably. If you don't know us, you will very soon.
Yeah.
We will be running the news, or at least we will be hosting the news for the foreseeable future.
Or as we like to call it, taking over the school.
It's not hostile. You'll come to love us.
What do you think about Sahi?
Loud.
Stylish, kind of.
Hold on. How does the hair look? Looks good. Okay. Go.
I'd say loud.
What are your opinions on Alex?
He is radically communist.
Cute. Masculine.
Alex.
This week for Black History Month, I'd like to talk about relevant Black figures in today's world. One of which is the leading actress in the show Blackish, Tracee Ellis Ross, who not only spent her time dedicating to acting, but also made a line that empowers Black women's hair.
Also, today in Black History, about 205 years ago now, Frederick Douglass was born. There has been a significant amount of confusion by the freshmen regarding things on how to sign up for classes, for example, among others. And so this next segment will be dedicated to covering some of those things.
This is an interview with Miss Craig, and it's dedicated to all the freshies out there. You're welcome.
Wow, I have so many questions about where to register for my college classes.
Me too, but I don't know who to go for that. Let's go to the office to see if someone there could help us.
Great idea. I'm Gray. I'm a freshman here at CCHS.
Nice to meet you, Gray. Diane Craig. I'm the C&M academic advisor.
I just have a few questions for you regarding the summer term and just some basic C&M things. How can students set up a meeting with you?
So the easiest way to set up a meeting is to either email my C&M account or I have a Calendly. It's like an online calendar link that I can send students.
Awesome, thank you. When does registration open for CCHS students, and when should they sign up for the summer classes?
So for freshmen, it's a little bit different because we're guiding you through that whole first semester. But the earliest date a student can register at CCHS for summer is February 18th. Which is actually the Friday before everybody else. For freshmen, you guys are offered a limited number of courses for your first summer term. We want to make sure you're successful. So you may not register on that day, and that's okay. But I will be going into classrooms and talking to you guys about it, so you'll know exactly when to register.
How should a student decide which classes to take?
It's really important when you guys meet with me that we decide together. I'll be there to help you, just asking questions about what your interests are, and then we'll come to a conclusion together. Usually we have those meetings every semester, so we can always talk about what you like, what you don't like, and then determine the best classes for you based on your previous experience and what your interests are.
Awesome. Okay. What C&M resources are available to CCHS students?
So all of them, but to be specific, things like tutoring. You can do tutoring for both your high school classes and your college classes, which is really helpful. You have access to the library. You have access to all the resources on campus, like student IDs, which can come with a free bus pass, just to name a few. Those are some of the most popular resources.
Cool. Can you find out more information about professors before selecting one? Or
Yeah, you can. There is a website. It's not a CNM website, but it's called Rate My Professors. And I usually encourage students to read through all of the reviews because for every student, an experience is different, right? So I don't want a student to make their final decision using that website, but sometimes if you struggle in a certain subject, I recommend using that website just to make a more informed decision. And sometimes an instructor's not listed yet when you register, so those things can change. So just have an open mind and be flexible about it.
Cool.
Is there a way to see all the classes you need to graduate?
Absolutely. CNM has a few different tools. One of the more popular ones is called DegreeWorks. It can just list every class you need for particular degrees, and you can also do like what if scenarios where you can see like, oh, what if I change my major to this or to something else? And then there's a tool called EduNav, which allows you to plan out each semester course by course. So it'll actually project, how many classes do I take every term to get to my degree by the time I graduate high school. And I'll show you guys how to use those tools as we move through your program.
That's great. What do I do if my class requires a textbook?
So APS provides the textbooks to all CCHS students, even if they're like digital textbooks and you need some kind of access code. You should never have to pay for a textbook out of pocket. So if a teacher's telling you that you need to pay for a textbook, that's just because they don't know who's a dual credit student and who isn't. And I just recommend that if you hadn't filled out your textbook information that I send to you, that you come see me whenever a teacher's saying you have to pay for something. There are some things you might have to pay out of pocket for, but for the most part, especially textbooks and other materials that are required, you won't have to.
That's great. What is the best way to get in touch with you if I have any more questions?
So in person, my door's always open when I'm on campus and I'm not meeting with a student. You can stop by and say, hey, I have a quick question or I need to schedule an appointment. You can also email me. My email is dcraig11@cnm.edu. And then my phone number in the office is 224-4124. It's a CNM number, and it can go to my cell phone if I'm working from home. So I'm always available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 for phone calls. Email is most important if you're trying to get a hold of me, like on the weekends or in the evenings.
That's great. That's all the questions we have for today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Craig. Look, we realize that a lot of you freshmen won't be freshmen forever, and so it's important that you know where to go during lunch. Now, of course, you can just stay in the building if you've brought your own, but assuming that you didn't, as I frequently neglect to do, the CNM cafeteria is right downstairs.
There is also the Starbucks that is located right by the bookstore. It is a little bit of a walk, but it's actually a nice walk there.
I think it's important that we also mention that you guys won't be freshmen forever.
And that we won't get to bully you about it anymore.
I'll keep bullying you. But it is valuable information that you're about to do something very difficult. You're already starting your college classes, and I don't know if you've all taken first year seminar yet, or if you're taking it. Tell me how that is. If you see me in the halls, I'll be sure to listen. But it is valuable to know that failing is not the end, as they may tell you, and that professors don't always not care, but try to act like they don't, because it'll be a little easier if they don't.
And you can always retake a class. Taking a class once, you can retake it as many times as you need. Yeah.
Failing isn't the end of the world either. You can always come back from it.
You just cry about it in the moment, move on.
Yeah. Crying's probably the healthy option. But anyway, it's been fantastic to show up. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast at least somewhat, and this has been the news.
Why'd
you wink.